Hi there. Today is Saturday, January 14th, 2023, and this is our Creative Week. Hi, how are you? So, this is a series where I show you how I've been creative during my week, and I encourage you to make time for some creativity in your own week because I firmly believe that um, accessing our creativity, using our creativity, even in little bits and ways helps us live not just like a better life in like the cheesy cornball way, but actually helps our mental health, can impact those around us. It's just an all around good thing, in my opinion. Yeah. So last week I shared that I had started a January art challenge or sketchbook challenge on Instagram, and I've been posting almost every day. I did miss one day because I just went blank, and so I had to combine. But otherwise, I have kept up with it, including today's, which we'll get to. So let's start with the sketchbook. So the first prompt of this week was hands, which are traditionally something very difficult to draw. But I don't know. I do okay if I'm like looking at hands. So I was like drawing my own hands. So drawing the drawing hand while I was drawing that was kind of interesting. But yeah. So I just just a little quick sketch, quickish sketch of hands. The next prompt was shading. And so I did get a little cheeky with this one because, of course, shading is an art technique. It's not just a thing to draw necessarily. But so I drew a tree providing shade, but was also lots of shading on it. When in doubt, draw a tree. That's kind of something I tend to go for, and I enjoy drawing trees. This one is just one I made up. I wasn't using any kind of photo reference. This was just I'm not really big on doing landscapes. Never been good at doing landscapes, but I do like drawing a tree every now and then. So yeah, so this was just Prismacolor colored pencils and and a sketch underneath. All right, so next, this was the one that actually combined two prompts because I missed Wednesday's prompt because like I said, I just blanked. My day just, my brain just went poof. It happens. So this is two prompts. First was, oh gosh, what was it first? First was motion. So you had to draw something in motion. And then and then Thursday's prompt was a pair. Um, so I've got a pair of gloves juggling a pair of balls. The balls are in motion. Our hands are in motion. That's what I came up with. The next prompt was bugs. So I just kind of doodled a bunch of bugs on the sketchbook page. I think there's three of each type. I was just trying to do kind of like a loose pattern design. I don't know if I will come back to this as bugs are not my favorite things, but it's like, okay, so my crickets weren't, again, I was not looking up reference pictures for any of this. I was just going by memory. Um, but I thought my little grasshopper there in the corner was kind of cute. Anyway, it was bugs. I got it. I got through it. I got through it. So the next prompt had me a little bit stumped at first because it's famous is the prompt. And I'm going to bring this closer so you can see because it's very sketchy and all I could think of was like red carpet. I mean, it's like, yeah, how do you draw the concept of famous? There's a lot of things you could do, I'm sure. But I just thought of people like on the red carpet and what it must look like from their vantage point looking out. And you've got like the reporters, the photographers, all the lights beating down on you, everything. And so that's kind of what I just did a little doodle of. That was kind of late at night last night. I squeaked that one in before midnight, but like only by 20 minutes. And then finally, today's prompt. Oh, this is so humbling. It's always humbling, and that's part of my. It's a self portrait, and you're like, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I mean, basically, I stood a mirror up on my desk here, and I looked and I drew, and This is, at least in that moment, how I saw myself. And I look a little worried, don't I? I think I was a little concerned about doing the drawing. Yeah, so that's this week's sketchbook update. I will be bringing this with me when I go out of town. So hopefully there will be no problems maintaining the sketchbook prompts, keeping up with that while I am out of town. I leave Thursday and I'll be back the following Friday night late. Yeah, so next week's update will be from Arizona. Now I did manage, I was hoping to get 2 paintings done this week. I only got one because on Friday my body just said, we are tired, we need to rest. And so that is what happened. Um, yeah, so ta-da, here is the first of our state paintings. There we go. I'm like trying to, like, which way is the correct way? Um, yeah, I need to flip this around probably. Anyway. So yeah, this is, as you can see, Delaware. So we've got a log cabin, we've got some state symbols and other things that, came up in my cursory research, including like the dunes at the beach, because I mentioned those in the cocktail recipe that will be part of what goes in this blank spot over here. But yes, so this is my first of the 50 state paintings, and there will be more. I'm not bringing this project with me when I go out of town. That would be excessive, so not going to do that. What else? Oh, I had one other thing to show you. I'll be right back. Alongside, yes. It would help to be fully prepared for these. You know. You know how it goes, right? Did I show you this last week? Did I show you that I was starting to work on this? It looks like a big old doily. Um, Truly, it looks and feels like a big old doily. But no, it is going to be a circular jacket. That's the center back. And I don't remember if I talked about this last week at all or not. Um, I have mentioned it on TikTok a couple of times. And I had started this a couple years ago probably, and then just parked it, as a coworker says. But yeah, I just paused it because I'd gotten to the point about here where I needed to divide for the armholes, because basically it is a large circle with armholes, and it's kind of flowy, it's very boho. um it's a fun project that I decided I was going to do, and then set it down forever. But I decided that it was well and truly time I finished this so that I could get it off of my work in progress list, out of the UFO locker. And just I want to be able to wear it too. Plus there is a challenge going, or it's kind of a cooperative thing going on TikTok right now. It's for some of the sewers that I follow, or sewists, they're doing Jacket January, and I was like, ooh, that would be fun. But I'm like, I don't need to take on any new projects right now. But then I remembered that this is sort of kind of technically a jacket, even though it's more of a vest. It's not going to have sleeves. But I'm getting close to the end of the mesh, and then it'll just be a matter of deciding how I want to do the border that goes all the way around. I know it's going to be out of this yarn, but that's about all I know at this point. I'm thinking it might be leaves that then get attached, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's my creative week. Coming up, I am traveling, so I'm kind of planning which projects I'm going to take with me. You'll see that next week when I update. I know I have a cross stitch kit that I'm going to bring with me because that was so good on the last trip. I'll have my sketchbook with me, and I won't be bringing this. But I think I will have another crochet. I think actually I'm bringing my Tunisian crochet project with me, but we'll see. We'll see. I may change my mind at the last minute. I've got a few days before I absolutely have to decide. Um, But yeah, otherwise I've got some meal preps to do. So planning a menu, that absolutely counts as creativity. Being creative in the kitchen is just as valid as being creative anywhere else in the home. And while I don't have pictures or anything to show you right now, Todd has been getting a little creative, doing some creation work too in the downstairs bathroom. His goal for this month is to get that bathroom renovation finally finished, or as close to finish as possible by the end of the month. And so he has been really working on that. He's in the drywall has been replaced from where we had to take it down for that was water damage before we redid the roof. And now he's working on the mudding and taping before he can, like paint and everything. And yeah, so that's coming along. And I look forward to being able to show y'all a finished project from him later on this month or the beginning of February. So anyway, I hope you have time or make the time. We don't always have the time, but we have to make the time sometimes to find a little creativity in your life. And I'd love to hear what you're up to. Either leave it down in the comments on below, or check out our Discord link and we can chat about it there. Or you can tag our creative week on Instagram or wherever else you post, and just let me know about it. All right, that's my update for this week. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye.